Hello producers, it's Ozgun here and welcome to the channel. So in this tutorial, I'm gonna finish the masterclass of Melodic Techno track only using stock plugins and Serum. So in this tutorial also I'm gonna keep fully stock and maybe the free plugins to finish the mixing and mastering of our Melodic Techno track. And if you're ready, let's jump to that tutorial. So guys, because my temporary room is not treated, I'm gonna use these headphones to mix the track. So also usually I'm using EQs to make these headphones in a better curve, to make it flat. But if I do that, you will also hear the EQ'd headphone sound. So that's why I'm just gonna rely on my goods. I'm gonna mix with these headphones without applying some external EQ. So because we are using only stock plugins, I'm kind of limited to the kick and bass sidechain. So if I just take a look of the low end, let me mute the sound, but let's see how it looks. The kick, every time the bass hits, the kick's waveform is changing. This is because the sidechain limiter is not ducking it fully. So if I make it fully sidechain, fully duck, fully volume reduce, then the bass is gonna sound, not gonna vibe as good as it should be. So in this case, I'm kind of don't have a solution because I usually use Kickstart or LFO tool to apply some multiband sidechain to my low end. So in this case, we can maybe try to switch to FOB filter, low filter, pretty low filter, because this sidechain is kind of similar to LFO tool or Kickstart, but it's still lacking of the multi-band function. Or maybe I can just have double sidechain, let's see. I think this is also okay. Like when I do that, the first part of the kick is now not clashing with the bass. And I think bass is still sounding good, so we can live with this. Sounds good. And the second, let me turn off the limiter for now. We will just check the kick in span in this detailed mode. You can just check and apply the settings on your own to get my preset of span. So I'm just gonna check the loudness of my kick drum. It's like -6 decibels when I mouse over it. In the right bottom of the span screen, I can see it. And my bass's first peak should be kind of similar loudness to the kick. Let's check it out. So that's like -13. It's kind of too silent. So what I can do is I can just EQ the bass a little bit. Sounds good. The bass FX, like the delay channel, I can sidechain it more. Also, I just get rid of a little bit of highs from the bass FX delay channel. I think that's good. This is a nice starting point. So I'm gonna remove my limiter so I can add Maximus. I can say that I'm not good at Maximus that much. I always say that. But I know enough to just maximize the track. So we will just turn off the compressor for each individual band, low, mid, and highs. And for the master, we will choose the threshold just 1% left or right, depending on your taste. And there should be 0% saturation. Yes, we made it. You can see it in the top left. It says 0% saturation mode A or B. You can choose it by your own. And then until my kick and bass fills the full screen of Wave Candy, I will just also till it's compressed too much, I will just find a sweet spot. I will push the pre-gain in here, which is gonna limit my track. And this is like basically mastering, maximization. So now I'm checking like this. In this screen of Wave Candy, I'm having like full screen is filled by sound. Same in LFO tool if you are using that. And also I'm checking the RMS value in span, and -8, -7, that's the sweet spot. More than that, you will get too much limiting, overcompressed feeling. But this is very good for club mixing. It looks good, it sounds good. This can be our starting point for the mixing. So I will do something like that next. I will just go to my drums, like in a section where everything is playing. All the drums, not the synths. And I will try to have approximately a curve, like as much as I have low frequencies in the span's default mode, I should have kind of similar loudness for the high frequencies as well. This is for high and low balance. Maybe I can just change this 16 hi-hat with something else. I don't know, I just felt like we can cut some different sample for that. Maybe this. I like it. Let's keep whatever we have right now. The next thing, I like to just check the volume of the vocals. I will sleep to you. The loudness of the vocals are totally up to your taste. There's no rules with it. If you want vocal-oriented track, you can have the vocal more loud and keep the music silent. That's totally okay. And then let's check the main elements now. We can start with the steps. So I think I'm gonna use some OTT, so I can just make the steps a little bit more in your face. also I like to clip the steps with just putting all the envelopes down. Then with the ceiling, you can clip it. So it's just gonna cut the unwanted peaks. Should we apply some swing to the bass? We don't have any swing on it, right? Maybe just a little bit. Let's try. So let's apply this to hi-hats as well. So also, if you have time, it's best if you also apply this to the individual sounds as well. For example, this hi-hat loop doesn't have the same swing, right? When we apply the swing, now our hi-hat hits in here, but the loop hits a little bit earlier, like 2 pixels. So if you also just chop them manually and make it fit, the whole groove is gonna sound so much better. But for this tutorial, I'm not gonna do that. But if you're just making a track to release, it's all the details, guys. You gotta do that. Okay, let's jump to the drop leads now. It's in here. What if I just put a sound goodizer after maybe EQ first, overdrive then, and then a sound goodizer? And one more EQ. I think the leads are wide enough, maybe just 10% from the mixer. Stereo separation, that will be enough. Maybe more feedback for the delay of the leads. So those are the main elements. Now, since we balance them and mix them accordingly, now I'm gonna just unmute everything and I will just listen the track. And while I'm listening to it, I will still adjust the things, especially we didn't touch the break. So now we need to listen it in the whole context. Maybe we can start from the break. Maybe just in the middle. I can put a reverb clip. I don't know, I felt like it can a nice fit. I'm not sure about the break clip, but I felt like something is missing there. I feel like the bass could have a little bit boost on 200s. everything is nice except when the leads and vocals are singing and playing at the same time, the vocals are drowning a lot. So I think we need to use some multiband side chaining for them. So which we can do something like that. In the leads channel, we gotta add a patcher. So there should be a multiband sidechain preset. Then we will just route the vocals as like the sidechain input to here. And in here, we will just activate the Vox channel and we will connect the Vox channel to here. Now, I will push the sidechain knob like this. When the vocals are singing, the leads are gonna push to the back in only the clashing frequencies. So overall, I think I'm happy with the mixing of it. Now it's time to master this. So I will just go to the loudest part of the track, which is kind of like this area. So in the Maximus, as you see, now we are applying some limiting with some attack, with some release and sustain. But if I just lower them all, this can be act like a clipper, right? So I will just try if I just use this as a clipping mode. I won't be able to push it more, but it's not gonna add this limiting feeling. Instead of that, I will just boost it until it distorts. So let's see if it's gonna be better or not. Bass is kind of clipping. Let's lower it 1 or 2 dB. I think I'm gonna just put some soft clipping to the bass to get rid of the peaks. Sounds nice. So maybe just before Maximus, I can add some glue compression. So you can just take these settings and I will just adjust the threshold until I get like 2 dB gain reduction, let's say, in again the loudest part of the track. You can pause the screen and mouse over it, and you will see the gain reduction amount, the reverse triangles, reverse peaks, you know, these white lines. If you mouse over it in the left bottom, the information screen, you will see how much gain reduction you are getting. So for example, right now we are getting 1.3 dB gain reduction, which is enough for the glue compression. Now I will just leave it in here. And after that, I just have maximum. So if you like, if you think if you if you like to color your track, you can also add some EQ in the middle, and you can check it with span. For example, if you think you are lacking some high frequencies, you can put some high shelf. You know, you can do little coloring stuff in here. I don't recommend you to do much stuff, but still the little colorings are okay. For example, time to time, I just boost 1K or 2K or some 4K, 5K, depending on what I need, what my track lacks. I think now it sounds a little bit more bright. So for this coloring, you can have a reference track and compare it, or you can just experiment like I did. And guys, this is it. Like, the mixing and mastering is not a big deal if you produce if you produce your track with a nice plan, you know, if you do good mixing decisions when you are on the production stage. The mixing is you can handle it like in an hour, and mastering you can make it very minimalistic, very simplistic, and it's done. Like, we have a very loud track, it's very bright, it has a nice color. I hope it's like that. I'm in my headphones, so I don't listen it with the big speakers, and it's kind of not making any sense with untreated room. But still, if you're not sure about this, you can always have the reference tracks. You can, you know, compare your track with a reference, and you can get close to it. But now I'm just gonna master this track, so I will just get 18 bits with the master effects on, the dithering also on, because I'm having a lower resolution. And yeah, I will just render it like that. If you're rendering in 32, dithering is not necessary, but for this, I think it's okay. Yep, let's render this bad boy. Okay guys, now I'm gonna play the final results for this masterclass. So as you know, we finished the full Melodic Techno track in 3 episodes. All the sounds I'm using are from Melodic Techno Academy 2. In the Melodic Techno Academy 2, I also contribute them to make several templates, several tracks like this. And also I made the Serum bank, and I have my own sample pack inside of the full bundle. If you wanna check it out, the link's in the description. So today that was it guys. I hope this full stock masterclass of Melodic Techno is useful for you. If you want to see more tutorials like this, please let me know in the comment section. You can like and comment to this video for supporting my work. Today that was it. See you on the next video. Peace. Bye bye. So after listening it, I just realized just a little bit on some time to time the track was clipping. It was distorting. So I will just reduce this post pre-gain of the Maximus like 0.7 dB to make it sure. Now I'm gonna have a second render. I will render with this exact same settings.